aviation accounts, aviation finance, legal in aviation, and so on and so forth. So there are plenty of opportunities within the aviation that all of you can attempt to adopt. So aviation technician engineers, B1, B2, or bachelors in engineering and aeronautics, all those things are also requiring basically aviation management. So if you've done aviation management and you are an engineer, it'll help you in growing in your career. All right, you can become a leader within your specific area of expertise. Similarly, in flying also, it is absolutely important because these are the people who ultimately, take the hierarchy, top management, whether you are a pilot or you are a air traffic controller or even operations manager. You may be a simulator inspector or an instructor or civil aviation inspectors. All these people, they need aviation managers, and these are the things that you probably have never thought that these are the possible areas that are there in aviation. Most of the people think that either if you're joining aviation, you can be a pilot or you can be an engineer, but it's much more than what most people think. All right, now let me talk about very quickly some of the ground rules that we are going to follow. Okay, first thing that ground rules are things that are required to be done is timing and punctuality. Every day, I'm just going to go over after this the schedule also. Timing is 2:30 to 4 o'clock. All right. Of course, we're going to take some break in between to make sure that we don't stretch it so that it becomes monotonous and boring. So we will take some short breaks, but timing of coming on time is something which is important, not only in the class, but as a professional also. You have to be punctual, and specifically so in the aviation industry. All right. Also, you're all mature kids and grown-ups now. Entry and exit, you are completely free to do so. Even in actual conventional class, I ask students to come in quietly and go out quietly if they have to. But obviously, it is preferred that they should attend as much of the class as possible. But if it's an emergency, don't raise your finger, one or two, or that you have to go, and you just quietly go, quietly come back without disturbing the class. So obviously, in an online situation, again, it's the same thing. You can log off and log in, or just walk out and come in. But again, like I said, you must make sure that you attend as much as possible. Also, keep your video on once you're speaking and mic off. Keep your video on and mic off just in case the bandwidth is not a problem. But most of the time we find that bandwidth is a problem, so that's why we're going to keep the videos off. But if you have good bandwidth, you can keep it on. Short quiz every Monday. So this class is going to be every Monday, and I'm not going to take any final exam, but it will be an aggregate of all the quizzes that will be there on every Monday. All right. This evaluation process is with every instructor has the flexibility to do the way he thinks is appropriate. So he can have a final exam, he can have a midterm, or he can have quizzes, or he can give you an assignment or a project. So it all would depend upon the instructors that are there. Yes, later on. So class participation is something that is something which is very important, and also important to note is that I basically make this point very clear. When I used to teach in United States, and I came back to Pakistan and started teaching over here, I found out that there were two major problem areas in the way um, institutions work and the way people respond. So between the instructor and in the class, class participation is a lot. So people like to ask questions, and over here it is very difficult for people to we have to excite people to ask questions and insist on that. But people still do not ask questions. You will not learn if you do not ask questions. And of course, going with that is nobody should make fun of others. So even if you are speaking something which is not correct, grammatically or pronunciation wise, or you're asking a question which you think may be not very intelligent question, but you must still ask, and nobody should make fun of others. So these are the two things that I found that it was deficient in teaching in Pakistan. People do not ask questions, and people tend to make fun of others. So these two things, please be very, very cognizant of it. Cognizant means be aware of this. All right. So if you cannot ask questions for whatever reasons, you can put it in the chat. All right, on the right side, you have this chat option, and hopefully we should be able to answer any questions that are there. There will be presentations by all students, okay? So one of our objectives is to make you more confident, all right, and also give you this opportunity to present on topics of whatever subject that we are learning. All right. And also every day we are going to start off with the current aviation news. So read newspapers and keep an eye on the television. And of course, there are a number of sites which we will talk about later on, where you can get current aviation news. Everybody must come up with some news and then discuss it. First 5 minutes, we're going to talk about what is happening in the region as well as in the world, in the aviation world. Okay, so these are some of the things. Also, I want to make it very clear to everybody that some people ask as to what are the payment options. If you look at the brochure that is there, the payment options are there. All you have to do is just go to the bank and do the payment. But those people who cannot, there is a facility, financial assistance available in the form of Qarze Hasna, and they can avail that as well. We want as many people as possible, your friends, your colleagues, also your classmates. Tell them to join in and avail this opportunity. All right. This is a very, very unique course. And let me tell you this, that this is for the first time we are doing this diploma program, which basically comprises of 5 subjects, 5 modules. And I'm just going to talk about that in a minute. But each module is a certificate. So if you do any certificate, if you want to skip some of the modules, you can get that certificate that you have completed successfully. All right. So if you do 5 of these modules, or in other words, 5 certificates, which will be soft copy certificates, you will get a hard copy diploma also along with it. Okay. So if there are any questions and clarifications, you want to write it on the chat, or you can speak up. I would prefer that you speak up, but if you can't, then by all means, go ahead and write it in the chat. Any questions so far? Anything that is not clear? Anything that you want more explanation? If you look at the brochure, that will give you a number of things. All right, I want everybody to type in yes, that they have understood, right? Type Y. If there is no complete clarity in any of the aspects, then ask that question. So,
Sir, I want to
yeah.
get some clarified certificate in diploma program part.
Okay. The diploma program is a combination of 5 certificates that you're going to get. This is from just from the point of view of value add from your perspective as a student, to have five certificates in different areas, which we're going to talk about, is a big thing in itself. Okay. The diploma is given to those students who get all five certificates. All right. Each certificate, when you want it, you can do it. Just register by 1,000, and you can just continue to attend the entire thing. But if you want that certificate, each certificate is only 5,000. And obviously, so 25,000 will comprise for the entire diploma program with five modules that are there. We're going to talk about it in a moment. As you can see over here, is that question clear, Mubin?
Yes, sir, it's clear.
Okay, very good, very good. All right, so Sidra says everything is clear. She's having some problems with the internet and mic, I guess. Um, all right. So there are five modules. It is DA, BA 101, 102, 103, 104, and 105. The first one that you're going to be on every Monday, it's going to be, is Introduction to Aviation, and I will be taking it. The support faculty with me is Aziza, who is also a very experienced professor instructor. He will be taking the next class, and you will enjoy some very, very unique an increase in your knowledge as far as aviation is concerned, and airlines specifically. Has spent 43 years specifically in the airline industry. So that would be DABA 102. 103 is Essential Maths and Statistics. This is primarily by Engineer Ziaul Haq. He's a retired wing commander. He's assisted by a few other faculty members. Then you will have English Language and Communication Skills by Captain Hadi. He's a retired PIA captain, 24, 25 years, I think, in the commercial world, and about the same time in the Air Force. And then we have another very talented person, Dr. Nazir Vaid. He will be teaching you grooming and presentation skills. All these five subjects, or five modules as we call it, are essentially, that is going to make you a better professional in the aviation industry. And also you will get a certificate. You can get it, I mean, if you decide to do the diploma, then you will get certificates, these five certificates, and of course the diploma in aviation business administration. All right, this is all going to be 192 contact hours. That means physically we will be communicating with each other, 192 hours, and this will be 128 classes, and the time will be about 6 months. All right, 6 months will get you to this diploma. Clear on this? Okay, so all right, so somebody who's joined in with the name A Dream Without Fear. Sorry, sir, I joined late. Tell her I have the class. And he's saying, so sir, can you tell me what are the benefits of this diploma course? Okay, diploma course is designed to make you a better professional. So if anybody who has done this and goes for an interview, along with his CV, with 5 certificates and a diploma program, there is a great chance that you will increase your value as compared to other competitors, and chances are that you will be a winner. And similarly, once you have gone through this, whether you want to become a pilot, or you want to become an engineer, or you want to become a technician, or a manager, or an operations like FOO, flight operations officer, this will give you a very strong, um, I would say, foundation for getting into a career in the aviation industry. So this is a fantastic program, which is a concentrated form of BS in aviation, but with the latest techniques, with the latest things that are happening in the aviation industry. And also, you will be able to interact with some of the most experienced as well as professional faculty members. This certificate, Bilal, you are asking, is this affiliated with Embry-Riddle Aeronautical University? No. This certificate or this diploma is not affiliated, but the organization is. So the Aviation Institute of Management, who, as you can see the logo on the top left, it is Aviation Institute of Management. You will be getting it from there. And on the certificate, since we are regional representatives and regional facilitators, you will have the Embry-Riddle Aeronautical University's logo as well. So obviously, we are not one of those institutions that have just come up and they start starting up something about the aviation, but we have a number of faculty members who are all highly experienced, 40 years, 50 years of experience in the aviation industry. So this will definitely add value. Plus, of course, we will help you in making sure that you try to get, whenever you want to get into the industry as an intern, for internships, we will try to help you. We also have a relationship with the airlines. So obviously, if you're applying for an airline and you have the certificate, you have done it with us, we will be more than happy to assist you in getting that internship or that job. Okay. Some of the things that we're going to learn, I'm not going to get into details. This entire PowerPoint as well as the video is going to be there available to you so that you can revise it, see it for yourself. There are a total of 28 lessons, and all these 28 are listed over here. Okay, so all these areas will be covered over a period of time, and obviously you will gain much more knowledge in depth on all these aspects just from the first lesson, which is 101. And of course, once you have 102, 103, and 104 different modules, each instructor will be able to apprise you or give you details about what is going to be taught. All right. So some of our learning objectives are obviously to educate and groom all the students. Okay. Not only educate, but we want to groom you. That is why, as you can see, our objective is to make you, learn and understand English language, as well as give you an opportunity